Hi guys, and welcome back to my course. In this video, we will learn about a new array function called map. When we use the map function on an array, it iterates the array for us, and we can pass a callback function to perform some action or some operation on each array item, and we can return the updated value to create a new array. This is the syntax for using map on an array. So array dot map, and inside the parenthesis we're passing a function. So let's try an example to understand it better. Say I have this array 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and what I want to do is I want to double all these values. So we can do it using for as well. So let's say for let I is equal to 0, I less than m array dot length. So this loop will iterate through our array. So to create a new array, we can simply do let new array is equal to empty array, and we can keep pushing it in. So new array dot push and m array at I multiplied by 2. So if I print this new array, so it gives me 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. All right. So this could be a function as well. So let's say constant and double values. So here we can pass the list item, and what it can do is and it can simply double the value and return it back to us. So over here we can simply use that function. So double values, and we can pass item at m array at I. So as you can see, it still works fine. Now let's try doing this piece of code using map. So let's comment this one. So let's say let new array. So here we can iterate through the first array. So if you remember the syntax, so array dot map, and in here we pass a callback function. So the similar thing we did here. Now because we are passing it as an argument, as a callback function, so we don't use the function name, we can simply pass it. Say item is equal to and something. So let's say return item multiplied by 2. And as you can see, we get the same array. So let's see what's happening here. So if I print item here, so as you can see, it's printing it in different lines. So first, it goes through the first element of the array, it prints it, then it goes through the second element, prints it, third, fourth, and so on. So that's why we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 printed in the console in different lines. And this item argument, it represents the array item at current iteration. Similarly, if you wanted to check what's the current iteration going on, we can simply do I here. So let's say item at dollar position is dollar and item. So when you run this code, it just prints item at position 0 is 1, position 1 is 2, 2 is 3, etc., etc. So this map function, it passes two values to this function. First is the item at current position, and second, the position itself. So if you look at this function for the equivalent, it would be something like this. And again, you can rename this argument to anything, say data and position. And still everything works fine. So this is how map works. And whenever you return something, that value is pushed to the new array. So right now we are not returning anything, but we are iterating through this list 5 times. So that's why we have 5 undefined pushed in this new array. So if I change this and I simply do data multiplied by 2, so it gives us this updated list with all these updated values. Also, if you remember, I mentioned this creates a new array. So if we print the original array, so it still has the same set of values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only the new array has the updated values. So just to summarize, map is another way to iterate through array items. And along with that iteration, you can perform some actions on each element. Similarly, if this was an array of objects, so in here, instead of getting a number in data, you would get access to an object, and you can use that object to perform some operations. Let's give it a try. So let's say name John Locke. So let's say we have a list of objects and each object represents a pilot. Say experience, say 10 years, and type, say commercial. So this pilot has a name John Lark. He has an experience of 10 years and he is a commercial pilot. Similarly, say John Doe and John Smith. So let's say the second guy has an experience of 5 years and the third guy has an experience of say 20 years. And the second guy is a private pilot. He rides a private jet. So if you see right now, we're getting objects over here in data. So if we do console log and we just do data, so it gives us these objects. So again, we all know how to work with objects. So to access some values, we can simply do object dot the value name. Let's say we wanted to create a new array where objects only contain the name and experience, not the type. So in this case, we can simply return a new object where name could be data.name and experience could be data.experience. Let's save it. And as you can see, we've got another array here with some objects, and each object just has name and experience. But the first one is intact. It still has the original values. So that's how you can use map to iterate through lists of any data type. I hope this gave you a better understanding of map function. But if you have any doubts or queries, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me on Twitter. I'll add my Twitter handle in the description below. See you in the next video. Bye and take care.